but I know you need a very, very, very strong man. You are a very, very strong woman.
Now, what does that mean? Tell me what that means and describe that man.
You need an alpha. You need an alpha. I'm talking about when he walks into room, he commands attention. He has everybody's undivided attention. When they look at him, that's a man's man.
Now, wait a minute. What is it about me that gives that? What is it that I'm doing?
Because I listen at you talk. I listen at the way you position your body. You are a very, very assertive, a very confident woman. And you sense weakness very, very easy. And you don't like that.
Wait a minute. What do you mean I don't like that?
And a man. You want a man to be a man because your father was a man. And you hold your father in such high regards.
Larry? I remember in that time period that I was telling you about when the people were trying to take me from my family. And talking about all the money I made. I said something very hurtful to my father. I said, well, I'm the one making all the money. He said, very calmly, there's a lot more that goes into leading a family than making some money. He didn't scream at me. He didn't berate me. He just said that and walked off. Larry has taught me everything that it means to be of service. What is sacrifice and reward? What is kindness and strength under pressure? And yes, that is everything I expect a man to be.
There was so much depth in what she said that is lost on so many people. And the first thing, Keke Palmer is a different type of situation. The type of man that would have to be, it would take a very secure man to be with her because she's going to garner so much attention. And you have to be able to withstand that without getting jealous and without feeling like you're missing out, that everyone will take her away from you. So it takes a calm demeanor, a man who is certain of himself to be able to do that. Now, what some people may or may not know about her story is that when she first started, before she started making all this money and her family saw the opportunity to help their child become what she became, I believe I just put it in general terms, her family sold, they cashed out their 401ks, they sold their properties, they did whatever was necessary and to move to California so that she could pursue her career. And as a family unit to do that, and then she have this disrespectful moment, but her father, being a man, recognized that to yell and scream at her, that's not the pathway. I'm just going to calmly remind you that money don't make you the leader. And this is lost on so many people. And I had a comment from someone in a video where the woman was divorcing her husband because he lost his job, and after 1 month she expected him to pay bills, and now she wants to divorce him. One of the comments was this one. And these type of comments were the few. They were not the majority. And I love that because I don't take the few and make that into the mindset, the mind share that most people have. But this young lady was saying that she's not going to be anybody's fool. And if you want to call her a gold digger, then so be it. I actually would not call you, but your personality of thinking more along the line of one of the oldest profession known to man. Because what you said is that if you are the one that has to pay the bills because he lost his job, then your sexual interest in that man is going to diminish. What you have just said is that your sexual interest in a man is based on the amount of money that he is able to provide into the household to which you live in. And if he is not providing that, then he is losing his masculinity. When a man's masculinity is not based on how much money he makes. I have worked with men where they had a very low masculinity level that you would say that if I put it on a scale, I would say that he's not an alpha man. He is more of a delta man. But that delta man went to college. That delta man got his degree. That delta man landed in a job, very good worker. And just through him being a good worker, got promoted, and was making six figures and was providing a lifestyle for his family. Now, but the way I saw him running his house, the way I saw him functioning in his house, I should say, he was not functioning as an alpha man. He was more of a yes man, simp, whatever terminology we use in this era, where his wife decided what was best for the kids. His wife decided how the house was going to be ran. His wife decided where the money was going to go. His wife decided the investments. His wife decided everything in the household. And I was there as the personal trainer to the wife and the two children. So I'm watching how they function in their household so I can get their mindset, so I can figure out through life coaching how to get them to their health goals to which they desired. But in watching this and understanding this, I recognize who was the leader of that house and who was not. So money doesn't make you a leader, because this man was certainly not a leader. And I saw this in many households during that time frame where I owned a gym and a personal training studio and was a house trainer. I saw this dynamic multiple times, where the money didn't make you a leader, and nor did the money in many cases didn't make you a good leader. There were others where he made the money, but he was not a good leader in that household. I used to be an IT guy, but just being an IT guy and making six figures didn't make me a good leader in my household. It was the character that was displayed. It was the decision-making process. It was the accountability. It was making sure that the voices of my greatest counselor is being heard, which is my co-pilot. That's what makes you into a good leader. Serving the household makes you into a good leader. But in this case here, this young lady is saying that if she has to pay the bills, then she is not going to want to be with him sexually. And you're just indicating that sex is that money is your motivation for sex. And you saying he needs to slide down a pole. No matter what job you have right now, you're sliding down a pole. That's what your job is. You're sliding. You could be the director of whatever, but your job is sliding down a pole, because that's where you see the power structure in a relationship. Keke Palmer learned a very good lesson from Larry, that the money didn't make you the leader. And the money has never made anyone a leader. And it's funny, in our electoral process, we seem to consistently want to elect those who have made money, but the money didn't make them a good leader. It doesn't make them a good politician, that's different, but it doesn't make them a good leader, just plain and simple. It just doesn't make you a good leader. But when you have a mindset like this, you are never going to really be loved by anyone. And maybe you don't want to. Maybe you just want a comfortable life. Maybe you just want a comfortable life with someone that you can have fun with. You're not overly concerned with the deeper levels of commitment, the deeper levels of being with one another. To know that if something happens to you, that person is going to be there. Because let's say that something physically happened to you and now you can't have sex, or your body gets mangled, or something, your face gets mangled. If his sexual interest in you leaves, then you're going to cry foul. You're going to say, isn't it about us? Isn't it about you and I? Isn't it about the intangibles? Should you not still date me? Should you not still be proud of me? Should you still not want to be seen with me? You're going to reverse it and say that he's not being a good man, because now that your beauty is gone and he leaves you because of that, or then you're going to look at him negatively. But you're ready and willing to leave a man or diminish the sexual interest in your man simply based on money. And if you continue to live a life that way, then you're going to live a very empty life when it comes to relationships. Sure, you can have all the stuff. You can travel all over the place and you can try to feel it, but you'll never be able to feel it. That gulf will always be there. But I love to hear you guys' comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.